Okay. Today we're talking about corporate reporting and analysis and how it all works with everything. Okay. All right. Let's get started. Okay. Let's talk about what is a organization. Okay, and a corporation and what makes it all up. Remember, a corporate form of organization. Talk about publicly traded companies or even a privately traded company. Again, first of all, it has to be created by law, by state law, and separate from its owners, such as people who own Walmart. They're not actually Walmart separate from the owners. Has certain rights and privileges. Again, the key thing can be publicly held. Privately held means it's not open to the public. Not anyone can buy stock in the company, such as Chick-fil-A. Public company is like Walmart. It means anybody can buy stock in a company. As long as you have the money, you can buy as many shares of Walmart as you want. Again, what's some of the big benefits of a corporation? It's like its own separate person. It's like its own separate legal entity. Again, it limits liability for stockholders. Again, if the company goes under, you only lose how much you invest in the company. It's easy to transfer ownership rights. The company keeps going, even if the founder might pass away. Agency, accumulate capital quickly. The disadvantages are in money, but they're big ones. First of all, all publicly traded companies are regulated by the government, by the SEC. And they're also regulated by SOX, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. And taxation. Okay, remember, corporations pay double taxation. They pay on the profits that they earn, and when it's distributed to a stockholder, the stockholders pay the same taxes on that profit. And again, corporate governance, comes to directly control. Again, you have your stockholders who elect your board of directors. The board of directors will elect presidents, vice presidents. You have employees. Okay? Remember, they all work hand in hand to run the corporation. Now, the real big people who really run the company, or overall manage the company, or responsibilities between the board of directors. The stockholders will vote for the board of directors. They make the big decisions. Should we open up a new branch? Should we shut down a branch? Or should we sell? Should we stop selling? Again, why do people want stock? A lot of times you can buy stock in Walmart, Target, whoever you might buy stock in. You get to vote in meetings. You can buy and sell stocks. You get to receive dividends. Hey, use example one. Again, when you buy a stock, it's a share, a stock. Again, when you buy any share in a company, it means you own a portion of the company. No matter how big, how small it is, but again, it says I own a certain portion of, in this case, Green Bay Packers. Apple, Google, Amazon, Target. And get some of the basics here. Now, the company, when they first want to become a corporation, they file what's called a charter of the state. The charter tells you, okay, here's you have common stock. What's the par value, the original value? Here's how many shares you're authorized to sell. How many are you going to issue? How many are outstanding? And some basics here. Par value says it's like the estimated amount. Now remember, you don't have to issue par value in the charter. Okay, a lot of times it hits the market, it can go above that or below that. Again, stockholders' equity. What's your claim to the assets? You have the PIC, paid in capital, cash, other assets that are received in case of stock. And your retained earnings. That means from the time the company started, it's all the revenues minus expenses minus dividends, or net income or net loss. Okay, let's report the issuance of corporate stock. Is it 30,000 shares, $10 par value, $12. First of all, you want debit cash increase to by how much cash you actually receive. That's 30,000 shares at $12 each, $360. Common stock here, its par value is $10. Now, you always want to record common stock to increase it as par value, its estimated amount. So again, 30,000 times 10, 300,000. And the remainder, the difference, that's excess you get. Okay, even though it's worth 300,000, you get an extra $60,000 for it. So that'd be paid in capital in excess of par value. Comment. In excess of $60,000. That also falls into equity. You want to credit to increase it. Here's your par value. And again, here's how the equity section will look like. You have common stock, your paid in capital, your retained earnings, and your total stockholders' equity. Okay, now no par means, again, there's no par value. Here there's no paid in capital. It's strictly, 1,000 shares, $40, straightforward. Okay, there's no paid in capital par values to consider. Stated value. Stated value, same as par value. Stated value just, it's another name treated the same way as par value. Sometimes you can issue stock for non-cash assets. So you want to buy some land, say I don't have the money. How do I buy, give you some stock in my company? And again, as we did earlier, you always record it common stock as par value. 4,000 shares of $20 each. It lands with 105. So the difference, you get an extra $25,000 there, paid in capital. Again, some examples we just talked about here. Issuance stocks at par value, your stated value, and no par value stock. We bought some land. Or another one is preferred stock. With stocks, you got different things to talk about here, from cash dividends, and stock splits. Now, cash dividend, again, the stockholder says exactly how many shares you have. You might be paid a cash dividend. It says, okay, each share you have, you might get $1 or $5. And remember, dividends is not an expense, so it comes out of retained earnings. Again, but you have to have enough cash to pay for it. So you got to have enough sufficient balance of retained earnings and cash to pay for the dividend. It's 3 days when you do a cash dividend: the day you declare it, date of record, and date of payment. The day it declares it, like it says here, here's a legal cash binding liability. So you decrease retained earnings with a debit for $5,000, $1 for 5,000 shares, and now you have a payable. You have a liability. You want to increase your liability by $5,000. This tells me you owe your stockholders $5,000. And date of record, all it says is date of record, nothing's recorded there, because all you're doing is saying, okay, who gets how much of it? And then when you pay it, date of payment. Again, you want to debit the liability decrease because now it's off your books. You also want to decrease stock with cash, the credit, because cash is going down. You pay that out to your shareholders. Again, sometimes you may retain earning deficit. Again, it comes out of equity. Again, sometimes I say getting cash for a dividend, you get what's called a stock dividend. That means you get more shares of stock here. Instead of paying with cash, say, well, you get an extra 10 shares of the company. So it says right here, it's a 10% stock dividend, $1, 10,000 shares. So take the 10,000 shares, add 10 to 1,000 shares, $15 each. So retainer is going down with 15,000. Common stock dividend distributable. But again, if you notice here, the common stock dividend distributable still goes back to par value. And the rest goes to paid in capital. Next is par value. And again here, held equity section here, we talked about. And small stock dividends, same thing here. We've talked common stock dividend distributable, 10,000 common stock, par value. A large stock dividend, and then retained earnings. Your common stock dividend distributable. Now, stock split means things change here. Okay, say it takes, for example, a 2-for-1 stock split. So again, what happens to 2-for-1 means, okay, $20 now is divided by 2. Now it's $10. Par value went down. Except now you got more shares. Instead of 100,000 shares, you double it, times 2. I have 200,000 shares. Again here, do some examples. And 10-cent stock dividend. Again, pay the cash dividend declared. Okay. 10-cent cash dividend here. Again, so distribute dividends between common and preferred stock. Yeah, preferred stock, yeah, you pay a little extra, but again here, you get preference priority over dividend distributions and any assets in case of liquidation. Drawback is you have no voting rights, but again, the benefit is you have a stated dividend rate. So dividends are a little more secure than, say, regular common stock. Again, if it's cumulative, any dividends in arrays means dividend you might owe, maybe have you paid back first to you. Undeclared dividends, we paid in future years. So we see right here, if it's preferred, if you notice here, so now you have some dividend arrays here. You have commons, there's no arrays here. Again, why would you do preferred stock without sacrificing control? Again, here, you get more capital without sacrificing control. You have to worry about losing any ownership here, financial leverage. Here, so we see right here. Preferred dividend. Okay, now let's talk about treasury stock, retirement stock. Treasury stock when a company acquires their own stock. Again, they acquire for any reason to buy the companies, avoid takeovers, reissue the companies with compensation. Help the market price here. Yeah, whether you buy 1,000 of its own shares at a price, again, straightforward here. You debit to decrease equity. You go to cash, you got to pay cash to pay for it. Again, you sold them now at the exact same amount you bought it for. So now you broke even. So again, cash went up here, treasury stock went down. Straightforward, just reverse the entry. Now above treasury cost, you bought it at $11.50, now $12. So now the benefit is cash went up by this amount. Treasury stock's off your books. Now you get a paid in capital. So you get a little bit extra there. You get an extra $200 when you sold it. Now it's below value. Ooh. But it's below value, says, well, yours, it was worth $5,750 when you sold it. So you got $5,000. All the paid in capital is gone. Except now the difference, that other $550 you lost, you want to decrease retained earnings because, well, it came out of your retained earnings there. Yeah, example some. About 30 shares at $20. Okay, sold 20 shares, 26. Okay, the next part, 10 shares at $7. Again, here's where retained earnings. Again, sometimes retained earnings, you got to have certain things here. Any legal restrictions, contractual restrictions. How much treasury stock purchase, any contract restrictions, any loan agreements.
I didn't find any matching places.
We see another thing here too. Okay, any prior period adjustments. Okay, this says, look at statement of stockholders' equity here. Prior period adjustments here. Okay, per share, shall it's used again here. All we're going to say is, okay, how much do we estimate each earning per share to be for each stock we have? Okay, same price earnings ratio. The stocks, obviously their expectations. How's it looking for it? All right. Dividend yield. Again here, how much cash dividends attributed to common stock relative to stock market price? Okay. All right, class. Let me know if anyone has questions, all right? Thank you. Bye.